Hi there. Welcome, everyone. I am Valerie Rivera, and I am joined by Elaine King. Hi, Elaine.
Hi, Valerie. Nice to see you. And
Nice to see you too. So we had the honor of
congratulations,
meeting. I'm sorry?
congratulations on the top 100 in Investopedia.
Oh, you know what? Congratulations to you too. I have done a really terrible job because I haven't even posted it anywhere. How about
Oh no.
you?
Oh no, I have.
Yes.
It was
So
really important. I'm so grateful.
yes, no, I'm so thankful as well. And if that's one area I need to work on, it's my personal marketing for the practice. Yes, absolutely. Well, we met about maybe 5, 10 minutes ago, right, for the first time. So I really don't know anything about you, Elaine. I would love just to start off our conversation today. I want to learn more about kind of you. I know you're the top 100 advisor. I know you're based out of Miami, but I'd love to hear a little bit about kind of your background and who you work with.
Oh, great. Yes. So I was born in Peru, Latina, and I love I don't know, the community, but I also, it's so interesting. I dream in Spanish and English. I don't know if you do too. It's so, I mean, because I'm like completely bilingual, right? And financial planning to me was very important because of all the languages I learned. Numbers was, I guess, my safe place. And
Mm,
that's when, it doesn't matter the language, the numbers are the numbers. And so that's what got me started with financial planning. And I think that our community, especially the Latin community, needs a lot of help because I came here for college, and I know that other people that lived in the U.S. have been ahead. We need to kind of catch up.
mhm.
A work visa, I had to work through the work visa situation, and I know we have more challenges. So I'm here to help anybody that wants to know how shortcuts on it.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. So despite out of coming here, like when you came here, did you know English?
Yes, yes, yes. I learned English in Canada. I lived in Canada, but then I went back to Peru and I forgot my English, and then I relearned it again because I went to different, like 7 different schools in different languages, like all Spanish, all English. So that's why when I started dreaming in English and Spanish, that's when I realized, okay, I'm completely bilingual. Like I can see a menu and say, oh, why is this in the same language? But somebody tells me, no, Elaine, it's in English and in Spanish. Like it's
Wow, that's so interesting. And the point you made about the numbers that even though, right, you know multiple language and kind of thinking in these dual languages, that the numbers have been consistent along the way.
Yeah, and I think that's what's so important to be together in this community and this program that's coming up to put us all together because we have similar challenges and opportunities as a community.
Yes, I completely agree with you there. Well, I think that's so interesting, right? And you now are in Miami. Who do you work with present day?
I work mostly with women that
Hmm.
are in transition and that need hand holding and that want to make money a positive force in their lives. Um, Sometimes I work with the Latin community, mostly families.
Mm,
So multi-generational families that either are from South America or Latin America and that their kids are in the United States. So I feel very comfortable helping them because I am one of those kids that my
yeah.
parents, were in Peru and then they came. What about you? Where did you grow up?
So I grew up in Chicago, so born and raised here. So when you talk about sleeping and thinking in English and Spanish, my Spanish is terrible, Elaine, terrible.
I can help you.
I know this is where I need help, right? And it's one of those situations where my parents came from Mexico. Everything was about assimilation. So they would speak to in Spanish to each other, hoping that we wouldn't understand, right? So they're talking about us or about a situation. So me and my siblings and I, we know enough where we understand almost everything, but we have a really difficult time communicating. So I'm probably at like a second grade level. I can definitely get by if I go to, or like when I go to Mexico, but in terms of being able to keep up, no, right? And I feel like now culturally, it is like in vogue to be able to speak write a different language or speak Spanish, and people are like kind of rediscovering their roots. But I didn't feel that way growing up. I felt like I had to hide who I was. I especially felt that way in so many of the firms that I worked for. Um, and another day I'll tell you, tell you some stories about that and getting called on by HR for saying things with a Spanish accent.
Oh,
But
wow.
I felt like I had to hide myself for so long. And it's only now, right? And I see this a lot with the clients I serve who want to be able to really dive into kind of their background and who they are, kind of like rediscovering aspects that were squashed along the way.
Yeah, and I bet you your parents did it to protect you because, in order to survive in the US, I mean, you have no accent because that's your English, right? I
Mhm.
was made fun of growing up because I had an accent. I've spoken English for so long that I'm kind of letting it go a little bit. But that's important. Sometimes in finance, also our parents, when they come to the US, they do things to protect us, like
Mhm.
save extra maybe, or the whole credit thing. A
Yeah.
lot of people, I know my husband had to co-sign my first car. I still have my master's, but I couldn't buy a car on loan because I had no credit. So yeah, those stories that we have that are unique.
Yes, no, absolutely. So one of the questions we have on our list today is what it means to you to be on the Investopedia Top 100 Advisor list, right? That's a list that's published every single year, and the list highlights the top independent advisors in the country, right? We're both on that list. It's the first time I've ever been on it. So I'd love just to hear from you. What does it mean to you to be on that list this year?
Um, well, to me, it actually means the world to me because of many reasons. One is that it is nominated by peers, so that means that you're recognized in the community, but you're also recognized by your friends, by your colleagues. Also, the distinguished extra award that we got was because of our contribution to the community. So, I've done so much nonprofit work, pro bono work, and I don't really expect anything in return. I mean, it's just by definition. But to be recognized for it, I obviously didn't do it for the money. So to be recognized that means the world to me, because one of my missions is to make money a positive force in the world. So to I don't know, to just have a name on it, it's very special. And also to be in the list with so many distinguished. I mean, Michael Kitces, Carbonaro. I mean, Margarita Chen. I mean, those are all role models to us. So to be on that list is like wow, and Dr. Preston too. Um, it's very very unique. And what about you? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, I'm with you in terms of seeing these names of people that I look up to so much. Right. Like I didn't know the independent world existed. Most of my time was spent on the broker dealer side of things. And then I learned about this person, Michael Kitces, and all of the work he's doing in Nerd's Eye View. And I'm like, wow, there's this whole other way of life and planning, where I could do work for people and not feel icky about it because it wasn't about solely investment management. It was so inspiring to see. And now to be on the list alongside some of these people is very cool. I still have not, I think,
Is it me or is it Valerie's connection? Is that connection
can
good?
you hear me or was I freezing?
Okay, no, you were frozen for a second. I
I
was
can
gonna
hear
say
you.
it looks really good where you're at. It looks very sunny and everything. Oh yeah, you're
Can you
frozen.
hear me?
A little broken. It must be the moon. There was a super moon yesterday, so
Mm,
um
okay, so I'm back.
yes, you're back.
Okay. The last piece I'll say is that I have not shared on my social media that I was named in the top 100 list And I'll say this here, right? Treat this like a therapy session. I think a reason why I didn't post it was because it's hard for me to self-promote. It's easy for me to talk about my clients and to be their cheerleader and to tell them how amazing they are. It is very hard for me to say, hey, everybody, look at me, look how I am. It's not how I was raised. And so something I need to do, I'll do it this week, is I need to actually put on my social media and like tell my clients that I was named on that list and not shy away from it, because that's why I haven't put it out there. I've had too much vergüenza about it.
No. You earned it, and you have to show it. For me, it was very hard, Valerie, too. When I started publishing my books, I remember my first book is no tiene carátula, like it has no book cover. It's just the name, because that's what I wanted. But my second book that was published with, Penguin Random House, my literary agent, I remember she said, we have to take some pictures. And I thought it was like a picture for the back and like a little thing like this in the back, And they're like, no,
Yeah.
Publishing company wants to put like the centerfold. And I was like, what? ¡Qué vergüenza! Like what you said. Like, seriously? He's like, no, Elaine, that's what they want. And I said, oh, okay. I mean, if it's going to go to the people I want, then whatever it takes, right? I think I am like you. Like, I don't like to show off. For me, going on TV, like I did this morning, I go through my fears thinking that, the women that need to hear financial help are going to hear me. Not because, I put makeup and things like that, but it's my driven thing. And the same thing I would counsel you too on that. Like all the people that are going to look at your profile and say, well, Valerie can help me because she was recognized, not because she's full of, fluff, but she tiene esencia. She has her essence recognized. I can trust her. So think of all the more people you can help by just saying that you have that award and recognition. That should drive you enough. That's what drives me grow my business, so I can help more people, not to buy yachts or anything like that. It's not me.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to give me a card, I'll take
it for that. Thank you. I needed to hear that today. I appreciate you saying that, because it's been out for a few weeks. I have not posted it. I made this a therapy session. So I appreciate you for saying that, because I will post it this week and I'm going to remember that Elaine told me to do it.
Yes. Think of the people you can help.
Thank you. All right. We have 3 more minutes. So let's go over one final question. Do you think it's important for us to have the said event this year where we're bringing together Latino financial professionals from across the country? What's your take on it?
Oh, I think it's amazing. I applaud you, Ana, and Valeria, and all the think tank that you have. It's going to be really, really fun. It's going to have a little bit of spice to it, I'm sure, because I've lived in both worlds. I like both worlds, but I think one has more spice than the other. So I look forward to hearing, how it's going to come out. I think we have a unique differentiation, even though we both, I studied in the U.S. I worked all of my career in the U.S., but we can empathize with the community that left. I remember when I was in Peru, I mean, we had terrorism, we had inflation up the whole, we had scarcity, no light, no water. So that we can bring in and understand in our financial planning. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Something I've just been thinking about more is, how do we expand the client base that we're serving, right? Like, so many of my clients have never worked with an advisor before. So it's not even that they are switching advisors. They just never had an advisor because they didn't have anyone that really kind of spoke their language, or understood them, understood where they were coming from, right? A lot of that kind of unspokenness that isn't just Latino, right? I think a lot of it is just if you didn't grow up with a lot and now you have more, right? How do you talk about it? How do you deal with it? How do you handle all of the family dynamic? And by bringing together this group of people, I think it's going to help kind of overall expand the professionals that are within the industry itself, so that we can continue to have a much broader along the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think you're right. It's like first generation or generational wealth. That and I agree with you. The profession as a certified financial planner doesn't really exist around the world, so it's to our interest and impact that we should promote what certified financial planners do and our fiduciary duty to the first generations, and make sure that they hire certified financial planners. There's a huge, network of us out there. I think we're 90,000.
Yes, completely agree. Well, it was so nice chatting with you. We had a quick 15 minutes power lunch, and we will get back to our day. I am going to, I'm actually sick today, which is why you have the outfit. So I'm going to go back to my sofa. And what about you, Elaine? What do you have going on for the day?
Oh, I'm going to have some lunch. And I hope you feel better. Rest.
Thank you so much.
Bon appetit to all of you that are eating and watching us today.
Oh, thank you. And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.